All right, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy Too Easy. It's Jay Francis. We back. We're gonna be talking about sports. We're gonna be talking about a lot of shit. If you like it, cool. Comment, like, subscribe. If you don't like it, cool. Comment, like, subscribe. Really don't give a fuck. We're just sharing our thoughts and getting things off our minds. So what we're gonna talk about today is gonna be Ben Simmons. I don't know if you've been living under a rock. Pretty much pertaining to basketball anyway, Ben Simmons is pretty much the most important topic going on. So we wanted to give our 2 cents on it and just a whole. So first, if you don't know what's going on, Ben Simmons, he, due to the situation that happened in the playoffs, pretty much.
Nigga being trash.
He was being trash. Due to his performance in the playoffs, pretty much, you had his coach, Doc Rivers, you had Joel Embiid, pretty much saying not too kind things about it, pretty much saying that the nigga trash. They don't want to play with him. They don't think he's a championship level point guard on their team.
Doc, you think Ben Simmons can still be a point guard for a championship team like the one you guys want to become?
Yeah, David, I don't know that question or the answer to that right now. So I don't know the answer to that.
But I thought the turning point was just, we had an open shot and, we made one free throw and we missed the other, and then they came down and scored and we didn't get a good possession.
So Ben Simmons took offense to that, and essentially he no longer wants to play. He wants a fresh new start, and he wants to, take his talents elsewhere. Now I'm gonna pass it to you. So if you're Ben Simmons and you shoot 34% from the free throw line, and when they asked you to show up, because they paid you $200 million, I don't know if you knew that. They paid you $200 million, and they asked you in big moments, because you're a franchise level player on this team, they asked you to show up and you didn't show up. And now, because you're not living up to your contract, you feel like it's not your fault, it's maybe how they approached you to this situation. How would you respond to it?
So if I were Ben Simmons, I would be self-aware, realize I'm clearly not that guy, realize that, okay, I sold in this moment or whatever. I would just I would try to work on my shot, try to tell the team, hey, I'm gonna work on it. I know y'all been telling me for years, over and over again, to work on my shot. So, but yeah, I'm gonna finally do it. I'm gonna figure something out. I'm gonna say something that's good to the organization. Not say fuck you after you pretty much sold them.
I just feel like you have to have some type of self-awareness. Yeah. Now, everybody knows, part of the reason why I find NBA interviews boring, but everybody knows you say the PC answer and be like, no, Ben Simmons, he is a championship level point guard and he is XYZ and, we're going to work it out. But like even Doc, who's probably the most PC in interview, he couldn't bring himself to lie and say like, nah, what you just saw, that's not going to happen again. But we all know it will, because at this point, what year is he in? Year 5?
Yeah, I think he got to be like 5 or something like that.
He's in year 5, my nigga.
He is who he is.
And he has not, the nigga has not added a fadeaway. Yeah. He hasn't added anything to his game. Right. But he's been consistently considered a top 30 player in the league. Not even top 30, maybe top 20 player in the league. Top 15 player in the league. But yet, he has not even added, you haven't even added a free throw to your game. Giannis, who in these same playoffs has been regarded one of the worst free throw shooters in the playoffs. He was airballing free throws, airballing them.
Exactly.
Niggas were counting down 1, 2, 3, and he's airballing.
Exactly.
Giannis had a better free throw percentage than Ben Simmons, who is a point guard. How do you explain that?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, we're at the point with Ben Simmons. How do you not he's not gonna get better at everything, whatever. But how do you see yourself more than that, or he'll say, yeah, I'm the defensive player of the year. Clearly, I'm this and that. But you got bounced by the Hawks, who weren't even in the playoffs last season, bro.
Bro, come on.
Trae Young bitch both of y'all.
Fam.
I'm sorry, bro. I gotta say it, man.
No one in their mama thought the Atlanta Hawks was gonna be. No one. And not only that, no one thought the Sixers were gonna blow another lead in that series and then finish off losing that series. And the main person who was at fault for that was Ben Simmons. Now, was Joel Embiid perfect? No, but he did come up big in moments in that series.
Right.
And was Doc Rivers? Did he not make stupid coaching decisions? He absolutely did. But
just like the Clippers series, by the way. But
just like the Clippers series, just like I mean, we'll have another video for Doc Rivers.
Exactly.
Because brother,
Right.
you and blown leads. I don't know. It's like y'all niggas married. I don't know what it is. But even saying all that, like as a player, as a top player, someone who's considered to be a superstar, Stephen A. Smith from ESPN, he considered Ben Simmons the new LeBron.
I'm a huge fan of Ben Simmons. I think he's a jump shot away from being LeBron James Part 2. This brother 6'10", got a nasty handle, great basketball IQ, tremendous passing skills, an elite defender. He is something special.
You know how stupid he looks now? The new LeBron. He didn't say Giannis. He didn't say Luka. He didn't say nothing. He said Ben Simmons. Benjamin Simmons was the next LeBron. Now look, so if you're someone compared to that, I don't give a fuck what Doc Rivers is doing. I don't care what Joel Embiid is doing. You have to at least put your imprint on the game. There were times in that series where he was just in the corner. He just disappeared. There was times I was watching, I forgot he was even on the court.
And what's our saying that we always say? If I'm paying you max money, I cannot forget if you're on the court.
Damn.
I cannot forget
100%.
that. I cannot.
And that's why, I mean, we'll have another video for this. I really want to go into who's really a max player and who GM should actually give max money to, because you got people like Ben Simmons, people like Tobias Harris, people who are getting max money but are not giving you maximum production. So why are you getting that type of money? And don't tell me because the cap went up. But saying all that, right? So we've painted a picture about Ben Simmons, and I'm pretty sure if you're watching this and you know about basketball, you agree already. You know what the situation is. You know the type of player is. The thing about the Sixers is now Daryl Morey, the GM of the Philadelphia 76ers, he's shopping Ben Simmons around as if what Stephen A. Smith said about him is actually true. He's asking teams to give the house for Ben Simmons. What was the trade they asked for to Golden State Warriors? They asked like a first, James Wiseman, Jonathan Kuminga, and then I think some other picks for Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, who does literally the same thing Draymond Green does.
like literally, just a light-skinned more version of that. Like, bro, no.
Nigga, I already have the dark-skinned Ben Simmons. Why would I give the house for another nigga who can't shoot?
Like, bro, no.
Not even can't shoot. Won't shoot.
Even Draymond.
I already have someone who won't shoot. So no, it's not gonna happen. Like Minnesota, same thing. Portland, same thing. They're asking for the house for someone who just showed. And logically, if you're a GM, you're looking at that situation and you're like, okay, I've seen this guy in crucial moments in the fourth quarter refusing to even attempt a shot. So scared to go to the free throw line. Instead of taking an easy layup, he dumps it off to a role player so he can get fouled by two people because he's that afraid to make a simple layup. And you want me to give you the house for that guy. So I'm going to need Ben Simmons to look himself in the mirror. Have an honest heart-to-heart with himself. Now, that's not to say that you should stay in your situation. It's not to say that. But at the same time, you do have to be aware of what people are saying about you and aware of the product that you put on the floor. You're not, no one's gonna want you unless you really take a conscious effort to work on your game.
Exactly. And at this point in his career, I think it's too late for that. If you honestly think he's still gonna work on the shot, he's still gonna do all those things, clearly he's not. The team that drafted him and gave him max contract, money he's never seen before, he doesn't even want to work for them. So what is he gonna do to the next team that he goes to? He's just gonna be the same dude. And that's what y'all gonna ask him to do. So, like I said.
So what does the Sixers do in this situation?
You have to trade him. The question is, and
he's on the dollar? You kind of have to.
That's what I'm saying. At this, you have to take whatever deal you get. That's what I'm saying.
So if you're the Sixers, right? If you're Daryl Morey, do you wait? Do you think you should trade him before the season starts? Or do you think you sit on it, wait? Because I think right now, because obviously his trade value is doo-doo. It just is.
Yeah.
So teams especially, you know, because they drafted some new people, they got some new pieces, and usually early in the season, because you haven't really seen preseason, you haven't really, in the regular season hasn't started, everybody has this delusion that their team is good, right? Their team is great, they said they don't need to make no crazy trades. So, if I was Daryl Morey, I would kind of sit on it. I know Philly gonna be booing this nigga and booing me, and like if I'm pretending to be Daryl Morey. People are booing me because I haven't traded him yet. But nah, if Ben Simmons, as much as we're shitting on him right now, he is still an all-star caliber player, right? And Daryl Morey, just in the past, he's not seen to trade people for pennies on the dollar. Like, he always wants to get something at least of equal value. You see the Chris Paul trade for Russell Westbrook, even though that was some bullshit, or some of the other trades he's made, like, he's always wanted something of equal value. So he doesn't want to, like, say in Minnesota, right? Because they're probably willing to make the trade, but you don't want to trade Ben Simmons and then get back D'Angelo Russell, like your team hasn't got better. I would probably sit on it. I would wait, see when all these other teams who are delusional about their teams start losing, and they're realizing like, fam, like we don't have enough to win a championship. Like maybe we need some other pieces. And then okay, you know what? Let me get a Ben Simmons type who can maybe facilitate things for my team. But even then, if I'm Ben Simmons, you have to now. I hope you're in the lab. But I feel like we say this shit every single year. That we hope you're in the lab.
You like them dumbass videos shooting and taking step backs in the middle of a
against janitors, against the fucking equipment manager. Like that's supposed to make a nigga move. Like like fam, the year before. He was shooting a corner three and they was like, oh, he figured it out. He figured it out, guys. And then bro, miss me with all that shit. Like, show me really you taking threes in games, in scrimmages, go to the Drew League, do whatever you gotta do, and show that, you know what, you've actually worked on your game. And I guarantee you, Ben, your trade value will go up. Doesn't mean, even if you do change and you revamp and they love you, doesn't mean you gotta stay there. But you have to show that you've improved your game to other GMs and other teams so they'll want you. And so then the Sixers can get good value for you too. Because if I'm Daryl Morey, I don't give a fuck what's going on. I'm not trading you until I get equal value for you. At least something similar. I'm not just gonna trade you for some bullshit.
I'm sure the Sixers are killing themselves for this right now. Y'all could have had James Harden for him straight up last year.
Straight up.
He could have had
But now they're putting out reports, because Stephen A. Smith on ESPN, he reported is that the Sixers had James Harden, but then the Nets gave the Rockets the house. So then they pulled out and traded Sixers. So it's not like they didn't want, like they said that they had him. They even called Ben's agent or whatever and told them like Ben's about to be traded to Houston, but then it fell through. So I won't put it completely on them. It's just, it is what it is. But yeah, man, like I just feel like, I mean, both sides, y'all have to have a reality check. Daryl, I understand what you're trying to do. I'm calling him like I know him.
Fuck it.
Mr. Morey, I understand what you're trying to do, but you're not going to get equal value. You're not. Everybody saw the tape. Everybody saw it. They saw what the coach said. They saw what the player said. You're not going to get equal value for Ben Simmons. He's not what Stephen A. Smith said. He's not. He's not the next LeBron. He's not. He might not even be the next Scottie Pippen. He might not even be he's okay. Like again, he's a light-skinned Draymond. So you tell me, are you going to give the house for a light-skinned Draymond just because he's young? I'm not. So you're going to have a reality call. And Ben, you can't play the way you play and look around and think that people are delusional. You know what you did. Just be honest with yourself.
He said some shit about the organization. What did he say? Some shit like the organization was holding me down, or they expected to see me in a different light or something.
Different light? You mean shooting? Which is important in basketball?
Last time I checked, it was you and Joel Embiid, not Tobias Harris who was out playing you, Seth Curry who was out playing you.
Damn.
Everybody on the court was out playing you.
No disrespect to Seth Curry. When Seth Curry is a second option on your team, what are we doing now? He's supposed to be a spark off the bench.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't even want to do it, but I feel like he's on like a 3-year, $30 million contract. Like, he's a regular nigga. And he's the second option because the second star player is not producing. There's an issue there. So I don't know what's going to happen with this situation, honestly. I really do feel like the Sixers are just going to wait and see if the market changes, and then they'll trade him. But yeah, I don't know what Rich Paul, I don't know what Clutch, and them are doing with Ben Simmons, but they need to stop lying and they need to tell him like, fam, you need to get a reality check. But like you have been playing suspect. How are you an NBA player and you do not want to shoot? Even if you can't shoot, Giannis can't shoot, but he still does. Because you still have to put pressure on the defense. Like, play the numbers.
Or if you're gonna do that, that's why I was like, what I'm getting from the whole Ben Simmons situation and what advice I would give to a person, or not even like, because Daryl Morey doesn't really give a fuck where he lands. He just wants to get something back, right?
So they can win the championship.
Exactly, right? So, but again, Ben, you put yourself in a point where you have to be in a perfect basketball situation,
Exactly.
and that's not good for a player like you. You can't, if you can't shoot or whatever, like you would have to be like on, again, like your perfect situation would maybe be like the 2018 Rockets, where you're just surrounded by shooters.
Yeah, you get to do the Giannis thing.
Yeah.
You get to go downhill, penetrate, kick. There's not a lot of teams who are gonna let you do that.
Right.
Like, so we're talking like the Hornets. But then they already kind of have LaMelo, and they're probably delusionally thinking that LaMelo is better than you. Or like they have other players where you're like, okay, like they probably should be doing that with the Pelicans with Zion, so they don't need you there. Like there's a bunch of teams who already feel like they're set with their guys, so they don't need to roll the dice and give up the house for you. So it's just, I don't know where you're gonna fit in, but best of luck, and we'll see how this shit plays out. If anything changes, we'll give y'all an update. But yeah, this was Too Easy and Jay Francis, the NBA edition. See y'all next time.